Hey everyone, how's it going? What is up? It is me, Windstalker, and I'm sorry that I missed Friday. It was due to an unfortunate event, and I wasn't feeling well. But today we're going to be talking about something that I just recently acquired because I'm trying to go back and collect old school consoles. So not yesterday, but I've tested it out. And I meant to go to the flea market this weekend, but still wasn't feeling so good. I'm feeling better today, but let's see what I got. Alright, so I got an old school NES. And as you can see, it's complete. It has all the components. It's a little dirty, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleaning, but I got it. It's wonderful. I shouldn't have moved everything so far away from me. And obviously, this isn't the power adapter that came with it. I got this off of Walmart, believe it or not. This is the power adapter because the NES uses 9 volts and the Super Nintendo uses 10 volts, which is kind of weird, but okay. But I got that. My cousin that I got this system from is working on getting me the original powered brick. Alright. So, I got pretty much 2 copies of each of these games. Alright, I got 2 copies of Super Mario and Duck Hunt, and they both work. Now, here's the disappointing part, and I was really looking forward to playing these games, but disappointed to know that they don't work, and I should have looked at them before, I went ahead and took these, but it was part of the thing. But I got 2 copies of Dr. Mario, and these don't work because, as if with the other game, the middle connector piece in here is missing. So the Nintendo doesn't know what to do with it, can't read it completely, so it's like, okay. And then we got Tetris, and it is also missing the middle piece, which is highly disappointing because I wanted to play Tetris on the NES. Not sure what caused it. Don't know if it was because of neglect or because for some reason the NES, I don't know. But it's whatever. I mean, these games can't cost that much anymore. I mean, they're not like, they're rare, and of course the Mario Brothers games and Duck Hunt isn't rare, so I can probably find them for pretty good cheap. I got 2 zappers, which of course we have flat screen TV, so these don't actually work, not surprisingly, huh? And then, of course, I got these that goes to the games, and I'm going to use them for the Mario Brothers since they're the only ones that work. Now, here's the funny part, and I don't know if all these work or not, and that could probably be part of the reason why I have so many, but I got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 NES controllers. And then, of course, I have the RF switch, which I think I'm going to continue using the AV cables on it. I don't really know if it makes that much of a difference on the NES. I mean, I haven't hooked this up yet to see if this works, and I really don't want to move the TV to make it work. And the AV cables look good enough. I mean, sure, the AV cables make the NES mono. Uh-oh. I hope everything's here okay. Can't destroy my wife's dolphins or she'll kill me. Looks like everything's okay. So yeah, unless you get a splitter, there's only one out, and for composite, and makes the NES mono. Of course, I always thought that the RF switch made the NES mono, but it could be the fact that I'm just crazy and thinking wrong, because I've been using stereo for so long that my brain just, automatically hears in stereo anyway. But yeah, I'm going to eventually get a splitter, and that way when I use the AV cables, it comes through the speakers and stereo. And I'm going to have to go to the flea market and get some more games, because 2 copies of Mario Brothers, both for Duck Hunt, and can't even play Duck Hunt because of the fact of the zappers not working. I wish these zappers right here were the original gray ones that came with the system, instead of the orange, because of the whole, oh, those look too real. They look too much like real guns. Really? I mean, they say Nintendo on the side, and even if you paint these, but at any rate, I was looking forward to playing Tetris, though. I did download Tetris on my Xbox, and it's the newer version where you can hit the shoulder button and put whatever part that you don't want to use in the corner, and then save it for later. And I was looking forward to doing this because there is no such thing on this. This is, the what I call the harder version of Tetris, the one that since you can't put it away, you have to deal with whatever's coming your way. So I was actually looking, and I know you don't have to use that thing. You can just straight up play it like this. But it's so tempting with that little thing in the corner. And since the two, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6 pins in the middle is gone on all of these. I'm disappointed, because I was really looking forward to playing some Dr. Mario. I mean, when Tetris at the time was getting too easy, Dr. Mario came in and was one of those, oh, you think you master Tetris? Here you go. And it was a nice switch up, nice challenge. So I am disappointed that 3 games are busted. I need to check out all these controllers. I know the one controller that I used one time, the controls felt a little off. and whatever. And everybody has asked me, why do you want, an NES? What's the deal? Well, as many people stated before, it's just the feel of the controller. I mean, this was my first system after the Atari 2600 I had, and this just feels natural when you're playing, NES games. Just like the Super Nintendo controller feels natural when I'm playing Super Nintendo games. So, I mean, it's like, obviously, what I want to do. Now, I, as a kid, ended up with the game that was Super Mario Duck Hunt and World Class Track Meet, and I ended up getting a power pad through some swapping and everything. And I would actually like to get that again because I really like World Class Track Meet. Sure, it's a pain in the butt to get going, and the power pad doesn't always respond, but when you get it working, it's so great. So yeah, I'm waiting for my cousin to get the original adapter. This one that I got through Walmart was about $15 after tax and everything, because this by itself was like $10, and of course they charged me like almost $5 in shipping. Oh, it was free. I don't think there was tax on it. I think it was shipping. Yeah, that's it. Almost $5 in shipping for this thing. So, yeah. So 7 controllers. And the adapter only does 4. And the only game that ever used that I know of, I'm sure there's others, but only one I ever really used was NBA Jam. And I think that was Super Nintendo. Oh well, I'm just happy to have an NES now, and happy that it works. I was a little worried because before I even looked at it, I put in like Dr. Mario, and the red light kept blinking and blinking and blinking, and I was like, what's going on? And I kept trying games, and I did the old tricks where, you put in the cartridge all the way in like it's supposed to go, push it down, turn it on. Nope. Lift it up, push it out where it touches barely touches the front of the console. Push it down. Nope. Make it touch the console. Nope. Slide it. Nope. Slide it. Works. And, you do that through all those positions, and, it's the whole crazy thing. Though I am thinking about taking this thing apart and seeing how much dust is in it and everything, and what really the 7-pin connector looks like, because, I mean, on the lid it says it's okay. And then when you take this part off that was supposed to be an expansion that no one seems to know what it really is supposed to do, it says 111103. And so I'm kind of curious, because I think what happened was back then, whoever sold this to my cousin had took it apart, cleaned it, and did all that good stuff to it. So, I mean, I know it's been floating around since '85. I just don't know if it has the original parts in it. Which, I mean, finding an NES with original parts in it, unless you get it at a garage sale or something, I seriously doubt it's going to be possible. But as long as if it didn't work, I'd go to the website where I got the tools that I have gotten that allows me to take these carts apart instead of using the old pen trick like I used to, where you take one of these pens, take the ink part out, heat up the thing, and then stick it in there and twist the screws out. Which one time I had a really stubborn thing that I was trying to take apart. I think it was even my Super Nintendo cart, because I was looking at something, and it had never been taken apart before. And I was really stubborn, so I went to this one website and bought the actual tools that go into a screwdriver, and allows you to take apart stuff. And that, of course, doesn't use Phillips like the zappers do. And it came in two sizes: a small one, which I think was mainly made for cartridges, and a bigger one that I think was mainly made for taking consoles apart. And yeah, so since those cartridges don't work, I think I'm going to take them apart and take a look at them and to see what they look like on the inside, just for the fun of it. Because I looked at several of my Super Nintendo cartridges, and it was really amazing what Nintendo was able to do, and the developers of the consoles was able to games were able to do with the chipsets that they put in them to produce the games that they did do. So now I have a new console to buy for. Can't wait to get to Smalley's Flea Market and see what games they got laying around, and hopefully I can get it, for halfway decent prices. I mean, I have, I think, 20 Super Nintendo games, and I haven't bought anything else for Super Nintendo since, well, I haven't bought nothing new for the Super Nintendo since, I haven't bought nothing new for the Super Nintendo since Super Nintendo went out, so all those 20 games were games that I bought or traded people for, and of course that one game I got, the Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage, I think it is. I traded Beavis and Butthead Experience for it, because the person I traded it to was all into, the Beavis and Butthead thing. And I got the CD through a swap, or was given to me because somebody didn't like it. I forget which. I think it was that they didn't like it, and were like, oh, here you go. So, and it came with case and everything. So I just, traded the CD for Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage. I don't know why that just doesn't stick into my mind. And voila. I need to get out of all the Super Nintendo and play that some more. And no, I'm not going to put any Super Nintendo or NES games on here, because Nintendo will have a field day, because that club they want you to join so that they can be like, oh, you want to do it? Okay, well, we want to get, I think it's 40%? No, I ain't going to do that. So, yeah, I'm excited. I played the I played the NES. I haven't tried all 7 controllers. I know one controller felt a little stiff or a little rough. I don't know if it's because it's wore out or what. Hopefully I can go to the flea market and somebody will still have one of those replacement kits that came out with for the NES and Super NES. And I'll be able to, fix a couple of them maybe, if they don't respond or whatever. But, I'm super excited. It's really nice to play Mario again, even though I have it downloaded on the Wii, because I got a lot of NES, Super NES, Genesis, and other consoles games downloaded on there. And I never had a Genesis as a kid because I was pro Nintendo at the time. Little did I know Nintendo was going to do what they did do, but I was pro Nintendo. And I'm not sure about the new NX if I'm going to get it, but I do have a Wii U, so I may just, say that I can say that. I mean, the only Nintendo product I need to get is the N64, But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Alligators.